Okay, so women have been socialized to practice hypergamy. What hypergamy is essentially dating up. So if a woman has a certain level of wealth, she's going to typically try to find someone who has more. Same thing with education, same thing with social status, things of that nature, right? I don't think in 2025 hypergamy is realistic for most people dating right now. I'll give you an example. And I always use myself in these examples. Just because it's, kind of the realizations and even the research and everything I've done in this process started with me. So this time next year, I will have my doctoral degree. I will be Dr. Sheffy Robinson, with a specialization in business administration and human resources. I'm a 6-figure earner. I have a full-time job as well as run a company in artificial intelligence full-time. I'm a software engineer. Software architect these days. I don't actually write code much anymore. I'm also a clinical sociologist. I hold various certifications across PMP. I'm a Scrum Master. I am 6 Sigma Green Belt. All of these accolades, right? Percentage-wise, to find a man who has more than me in that respect professionally and even financially is probably less than 0.1%. 0.1%. And that's in the United States. Tack on that being black men, is even less. So I know realistically, it's highly unlikely that I will be able to date up when it comes to profession, even when it comes to money as well. Now, what does that say for women in general? Because I'm, woman too. Because women are now some of the most educated as far as gender is concerned across the United States, that means you are likely to have far less men who are in these spaces. If you look at your average doctoral program, master's degree program, it's largely in part women. Women have just taken academia by storm, and that's okay, But we have to be realistic in our prospects. If the average black MBA is less than, I think, 5% of the entire population, that means the average man that's even available is even less than that. Because a lot of men who are MBAs, DBAs, PhDs, things of that nature, they're likely already married. They may be homosexual, or they just may simply not be interested in you. And that's a thing too. So I think women have to kind of rethink what this looks like. If you want to be the boss, quote unquote, I don't subscribe to boss culture. Just because I have accolades doesn't mean I present them in that way. But that's just me. If you want to be the boss, quote unquote, you're going to have to go get some guy and bring him along with you. Now, that doesn't mean you go get some homosexual and build him up. That's not what I'm saying, ladies. No. What I'm saying is, it could be that guy who maybe only has his bachelor's degree and been in his career the last 10 years, and maybe he's happy with doing what he's doing and doesn't necessarily want to do any more. Or maybe he does want to do more and just hasn't had a push from someone else. Now, the antithesis of that is, of course, with men, is y'all also got to be not intimidated by that. Now, here's where things get a little tricky on both ends of that. You have women who have these accolades and they have reached these statuses that use that as their personality. Ma'am, we do not care. Your value is not in those things. Your value is in the person you are. Who are you? Not what do you have, right? So men are struggling with women with these accolades because of the power dynamics. A lot of women want to now, I'm the breadwinner, I make more money. Again, ma'am, we do not care. And that man doesn't care either. And that's probably why you're unable to find a suitable mate, right? Because you're in your ego. The antithesis, of that is men being afraid to approach these women. I have had men that are like, I didn't talk to you because you seem like you're above me. Not really. I mean, I have things. I have accomplishments. But me at my core, I'm just Sheffy. And Sheffy likes sitting down and watching TV as a date. I'm just easy to please that way. And I don't, again, wear my accomplishments as part of my personality. My personality is that I am kind to be around. I like to smile. I like to laugh. I'm positive. Those are my qualities. So we really have to rethink what life looks like, I think, in dating. I think we have to let go of the notion of hypergamy. And I also think a lot of women need to step out of their egos and realize, ma'am, you can, make six figures and still come home and cook that man a meal. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But also, fellas, just because she has a higher degree doesn't mean she won't cook for you either. So, meet us. Everybody needs to meet each other halfway.